Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Anabelle Island. This is a natural gas KB home community. You're gonna absolutely love this one. If you've been following the channel for some time, you know we've showcased KB homes at Bellbrook and Cooper Ridge. At the end of the video, if you stay tuned, I'll show you those communities. But what's different here in Anabelle Island, you're looking at newer upgrades. They have different floor plans that are available only exclusively here. And of course, the price points here look very different from these other communities. So I'm very excited to showcase these homes. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Gregory Grant. I help buyers just like you from YouTube determine what new construction home to purchase and what community fits your lifestyle the best. So regardless if you're retiring, regardless if you are looking to upsize or downsize, maybe you're tired of renting, this is the channel that's gonna help you determine where you're gonna live. And I'm the guy to help you actually make that decision. So without further ado, it's a wonderful day the Lord has made. Let's just hop straight into the tour. All right, if you're relocating into Northeast Florida and maybe you're downsizing, maybe you're looking to purchase new construction for the first time, like this is your first home, this is definitely the one to look at. This home is absolutely beautiful. It's actually one of my favorites by KB Homes, even though it's the smallest floor plan. It won't feel like that at all on the inside. And one thing I want to say about KB Homes, and really for builders in general, prices are so different between communities, even if the plans are the same. So if you like a plan, but you don't like how it's priced, let me know. Maybe there's another community with that price. So right when we walk in, you're gonna see how spacious everything feels kind of right out of the gate. On my left here, we just have a closet for your coats, just right when you walk in off the door. So very convenient. And then immediately we have your really spacious living room. It doesn't feel like a 1,300 square foot home. Just with this living area, it's very, very open. You can very easily entertain here and it will be comfortable, not at all feeling like everybody is crowded. Very, very nice. You have those windows letting in so much natural light here in the front of the home. Good space for the TV to sit. I mean, this is really truly just perfect. I absolutely love how this is situated. You can get speakers set up too right there at the front, so you still kind of get like that surround sound feeling even in a smaller home like this. And then of course you can kind of see everything from your living room, which is very nice. Again, just very, very open and beautiful. Then from there we have the kitchen. And again, this space just feels very large. You have all of those windows letting in so much natural light. Here you have a lot of space. If you're cooking, you don't have to worry about bumping into anybody. There's enough room. You have that extended island, which is very fantastic. A lot of space. You can see everything from here, so everything will still feel open. Now you don't have the soft close on the drawers. Not a big deal for this price point, but of course that's always something you can add in later, so keep that in mind. And then I want to show you just some of the space that you get with these cabinets. Very, very spacious. Now I'm 5'6". This actually is kind of tall. I had to get on my toes for that, so keep that in mind. And then of course you have your ventilation system and the oven there. Now similarly, right above the fridge, it's a little hard for me to reach. Again, I'm 5'6". That's just something to consider. And then of course you have your pantry here on the right. Very spacious, good size, again, for the square feet that we're working with. And then directly behind me, this will kind of be your dining area. Probably the only downside of the home is that it's not larger than this. However, again, if you're downsizing or it's just two of you guys, this is definitely more than enough space. Or even, honestly, even if you have a small child as well, you really don't need much more room than this. Here you have an outlet at the end of your extended island. That's one of my favorite parts of the whole home. We have this convenient linen closet here. Honestly, pretty sizable. Really, really nice. And then right off of that, we have your primary bedroom. Now, right when you walk into the room, we have that walk-in closet. I like what they did as far as the space goes. This is very large. The video is not doing it justice. I really, really like the amount of room that you get in your walk-in. And of course, you can always kind of DIY it to add in more storage and shelving without a doubt. And then we have the master bedroom. Absolutely beautiful. Now these windows here is an upgrade feature that you can add into your build. The build time on these is pretty quick. I believe it's a month to to 3 months. So regardless of where you are in the planning stage, this would be perfect for you. Now here on the far end corner of the room is going to be your primary bathroom. Walking in, you do have the dual vanities, which is absolutely fantastic. You don't have the tile that goes up to the ceiling, but that's not a big deal. Great amount of space. And then you don't have the soft close on here. That's something you can always add in later. And then you can replace those mirrors for one long mirror. So really nice what they've done in here. Again, it's really, really great for the size of the home. Perfect for the downsizer, or if this is your first home purchase, you're done renting, I definitely would love to show you this one in person. Now we're making our way down the hallway to see the secondary bedrooms. And this is where the home really starts to feel like it's opening up, because again, you have this beautiful living area here and it still feels very separated from everything else. So here we have that first secondary bedroom. I gotta say, the lighting in here is just so beautiful and inviting. It honestly, the way they have it set up, it makes me want to try for baby number 2. I'm definitely gonna have to send my wife this video. But you get great amount of closet space here in this secondary bedroom. Really good again for the size. This is probably the deciding factor for a lot of the buyers watching this, is just that, are the secondary bedrooms large enough to where if I wanted to grow a family, I could. You do have carpet in the bedrooms, and then of course the hardwood and LPV in the other rooms, so keep that in mind. And then you also have the tile in the bathrooms. Always something that we can look closer at when you're actually building. Again, great amount of space in this bathroom. Really, really nice. You can get this upgraded to have a second sink in here, so keep that in mind as well. And then we have that third bedroom. Again, amazing amount of space. Very, very nice. You can use this as a third bedroom, or it can very easily be converted into an office space. So if you work from home, that might be a good option here, as it does sit at the front of the home and you get a lot of natural lighting coming in from the window. Great closet space in here as well, just like that other bedroom. In fact, this is actually a lot larger now that I'm looking at it closer, so that's definitely a plus. Very, very nice. Here we just have that HVAC closet. And then right there on the left side, we have your laundry room. Now, I kind of like that the laundry room is completely away from all of the main living area. Again, it just adds even more depth to the home, and it definitely makes it feel larger than that 1,300 square feet, but very sizable in here. Again, another really cool DIY project to come in there. You can do a lot of upgrades. And then here we have your 2-car garage. Very sizable, very standard, just a 2-car garage. Works very well for this floor plan. Absolutely beautiful floor plan. I remember when me and my wife were living in our apartment, I wish I knew that this was available, because basically what we were spending on our apartment is what this home cost. And right now they have some really amazing incentives in this community. Reach out to me directly if you want me to go ahead and send those over to you, and I can walk you through what building or purchasing one of their inventory homes would look like. Okay, so we're in the backyard. One thing to notice right away compared to all the other floor plans is that you don't have that covered lanai. I believe that for this particular model, that is an option to upgrade. I will double check that if you are interested. Even if it's not, however, I have a person who can very easily get that set up and even maybe extend some of that slab. And then I wanted you to see too kind of where that ends, because you can see just how much you already be working with your lot. Now, absolutely beautiful floor plan here. Again, if you're interested, feel free to reach out. I will love to share with you all of the different incentives and lots available, especially if natural light matters to you. Where your lot is going to be the most important thing. Now, let's go ahead and check out the other model, and I will see you shortly. I want to pause the video just to say really quickly, I make these new construction home tours not just to showcase beautiful homes, but to actually help you relocate into Northeast Florida in a way that's confident, so you know exactly what you're getting, but also in a way that's fun and seamless, so the stress of moving is completely taking off of your shoulders. So if you're considering a move into Northeast Florida, reach out to me just when you're ready. There's no pressure, but meet me and let's just have a conversation on what your needs are and how I may potentially be able to help you. That's all. God bless. Let's hop back into the video. All right, we are looking at a KB favorite here. This is Plan 2003. As you know, KB Homes actually names all of their floor plans after the square footage of the home. So the one we were just in was at 1342. This is the 2003, which is a fan favorite. So I wanted to re-showcase this home in particular. We already have seen it in the Bellbrook and Copper Ridge communities, but there's a couple of new upgrades in this one that aren't featured in there. And then of course the price point for this community is very different. A lot of buyers picked this floor plan because of the separation of these rooms away from the main living areas, which is really cool and makes a lot of sense. These secondary bedrooms are also quite large. As you can see here, amazing amount of space. Here in the closet, you have these sliding doors. And then of course, the space in here is pretty decent for the square footage and the price point of the home. I would say you definitely get your dollar's worth for a home like this one. And then right off of that room here, we have the shared bathroom. Again, you can get the upgrade on the sink to make it a dual vanity sink, and those mirrors, you can upgrade that to have the one single mirror. And then of course you have your shower and tub combination here in the bathroom. The only thing I don't like about this bathroom, and this is a small thing, is having to close that door to open the linen closet, which by the way is very sizable. But that's just the only thing that I personally don't like. Aside from that, this is really, really nice. And then right out of there, here we have just that other secondary bedroom. Some people might use this as an office, but this home does have a study area, which I'll show you shortly. But this room here is always going to be at the front of the house. So just keep that in mind as you're deliberating on who's going to have this room. Really great amount of space in here. And then the closet is about the same size as the closet in the first secondary bedroom that we looked at. Really not much of a difference in here. I think it's smaller by just an inch. I of course can send you those exact dimensions if that's what you're looking for, but really cool just having this massive separation from the main living area and the primary bedroom. I really enjoy that. Here on the left side, we have the 2-car garage. So this is really important because this is typically going to be your entryway over the front door if you like to park in the garage. And then right off of that 2-car garage, we have your laundry room. Good amount of size in here. You can easily take out that standard rack that it comes with and maybe put up some shelves, really personalize the space pretty easily. Okay, this is just your standard HVAC closet, nothing special. Interesting spot for it right next to your study, but here is in fact your study. Really, really gorgeous. I actually am so in love with the design choices that they made in here. I really want to kind of copy this for my own office, but really beautiful, really nice space here. Definitely it would be important to pick a lot where you can get that light coming through because it just changes how this room feels and looks. Let me know. I know of all of the lots where you get the best amount of lighting. Okay, now from here, this is a big decision point for a lot of buyers. If you're looking for a home that is very open, if you like to host, this is the place for you. So here we have your main living area, absolutely beautiful, very large and spacious. You can see that sectional is quite large, and if you wanted, you can get another one adjacent to it. Now on the wall, that paneling there is an upgrade that we haven't seen on my channel before, so I thought it was worth coming back in this living room to see. But what's really amazing about this living room, of course, is the fact that it is so close in an eyesight of everything else in this space, which I deeply enjoy. Here you have the dining area with all of the windows letting in that natural light. The dining area is basically connected to the living area, which is really cool because if you're eating a family meal, but you have the movies playing in the living room, everybody is close knit, everybody is nice and together. You can probably see why this is one of the more desirable plans in the community. It's because the open concept and the openness is just really inviting and it's very warm. You get that familial feel very quickly. Here you just kind of have that accent wall that you can do whatever you want with. And then we made our way into the kitchen. You have the dual oven and microwave combo. And then in here, I can reach this perfectly fine. I have 5'6", so very good. No soft close on these. That's something you can always add later on if that's important to you. So just keep that in mind, but you also don't have it on these drawers here either. Very, very nice. I love the amount of space you get here. I mean, you are not stepping on any toes if you like to cook. And then of course the island, you get that really nice curvature just to keep you involved in everything that's going on in your living and dining area. And then here we have that walk-in pantry. I do wish it was just a tad bit bigger, but that is not a big deal at all. And as an upgrade, you can get some cabinets right above your fridge, so keep that in mind as well. But I love the color scheme of this kitchen. They've done a really great job in here. I'm never tired of revisiting this home. Now heading into the master, you also do have this little storage area here. Just a very convenient coat rack in here, or really whatever you want it to be. The space is significant enough to where it can truly be anything that you need it to be. But here we have the primary bedroom. Super large in here. I am very impressed by the space. This does not feel like a 2,000 square foot home. It actually feels a lot larger. Here on the primary wing, you can get a window there too as an upgrade if you want to have even more light flooding the room. And then from this angle, you can see the bathroom, the front door, and your walk-in closet. Walk-in closet, again, just makes this home feel even bigger because, I mean, look at this space. This is just insane to me. I really feel like I'm sitting in a 2,400 square foot home. This closet is very large. And I can already see if you want to do the upgrades where you get a bunch of shelves in there, it would look and feel even larger. And this is one of the few communities that is all natural gas, which is absolutely amazing. Now here in the bathroom, there's so many upgrades you can make. You can extend that shower out and then get rid of that closet there altogether, which is very interesting. Here you have the toilet, but right here as an upgrade, you can actually extend that wall and then block it off with a door. So keep that in mind. And then with the dual vanities, you can also remove that mirror and have one single mirror in there as well with a lot of different fixtures. You don't get the soft close, but you could add that later if you want. And then you don't get the tile that goes up to the ceiling. And then you have just this sliding panel door here. And then of course the optional linen closet. Let me know what you would do in the comments. Would you extend your shower to have more room, or would you prefer to keep that closet there? Now we're gonna check out the backyard, and if this home is starting to check a few of your boxes, before you reach out to the builder, give me a call. The on-site agents, they work for the builder, so they're incentivized to get the builder the best possible deal, not necessarily you. So where a lot of buyers tend to go wrong, I'm here to help when you need it. Now we've made our way to the backyard, and this is a great example of having that full-on lanai covering everything. I have a guy who can get this nice and screened in for you if that's something you desire, but absolutely beautiful. I love the way this is set up. I can see myself having some great grill sessions out here with the family. And of course, since everything is nice and covered, you don't have to worry about quite a bit. Very, very beautiful back here for sure. Now stay tuned to the end of the video. I have a few important things I want to share with you. And of course, if you really like this particular home, but maybe the community is not a good fit, at the end of the video, I'm going to have linked the other homes that are very similar to this one, just simply in different communities. Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other new construction homes here in Northeast Florida. And maybe you really like this home, it checked a lot of boxes for you. Reach out to me when you're ready. There's no pressure, but I would love the opportunity to show you what Northeast Florida has to offer and how I can help you make a solid plan to get the home that you want. Now, I chose these two videos because they go hand in hand with this community. Maybe you like the home, but the community is not quite a fit for you. Take a look at one of these and then let me know what you think. Y'all, God bless. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.